All right, welcome back for the finale of the Black Construct, our sci-fi roleplay. Last time we arrived on this planet, this satellite that sort of orbits near the Black Construct, and it houses a large energy cannon, a Gauss cannon that can blast holes in small planetoids. And our players have invaded this planet after blacking out the Black Construct servers. They snuck onto this planet through its security, arrived on it, and dealt with the adversaries and met a couple new characters. And we've arrived at the final bastion of defense for the Black Construct for the Gauss Cannon, in which Gogarine, Shepard, and Persephone have arrived. In doing that, Persephone sort of feels the energy source, a fragment of the ruby, the last fragment detached from the main one that she has, further north. And so she kind of just leaps with her wings unfurled and flies across the pathway. The other people who are defending the cannon at first, almost draw their weapons, but kind of realize that it's of no importance to them. They kind of get the message that this has something to do with the Dark Paladin to the north instead. So she just glides on by. Gogarine and Shepard, you walk upon this battlefield with your various allies that have supported you in throughout this, such as Furbrain and Gilka and Gobobo. Many of which can be called as an assist one time in the finale each. Now Salsa is a little different. You can team up attack, standard stuff. But yes, you enter a combat scenario as you kind of enter this place. But if you want to talk to Chroma, Tightness, etc., you may do so. But yeah.
Fuck.
So those are the people, huh?
Yeah, should be them. I think I've heard a thing or two about Chroma and Tightness.
You have.
Yeah.
Care to explain?
Chroma is a famed assassin. Worked for the Corps a long time ago. Hasn't been there for a long time. Clearly defected. Tightness is a world-renowned soldier across parts of the galaxy nearest to the United Falcons and Earth, but been retired for a bit, kind of old.
That's
Do I know?
huh?
Do I know who he is?
You may roll int. You definitely know like pieces of things about Tightness as lore, but we'll see if you like have met him a bit more. It's a great roll. So you do know Tightness. He has gone on missions with you in the past, so you do have a somewhat more intimate knowledge of him. Though when you came back from being, kidnapped by the Drylex a long time ago, he had already retired. So he's there for your like up and coming training, but as time has kind of passed, you have lost track of him. But he did grow up kind of training you indirectly through like boot camps and what have you, and you've talked with him before. You know that he has a bad knee, we'll say. He doesn't have good movement.
Okay. Well, Yoga. I know that guy.
You do.
Yeah. He trained me in the academy. He was one of the teachers. He was one of the. Yeah.
Huh.
He's got a bad knee.
So I guess this fight is personal.
Can say that.
Judging from your tone, doesn't seem like you really know him.
I do, it's just. I kinda. I want to see how I fare against him. I'm kind of
Hmm.
excited. It's more of a. I want to test my limits. Have fun.
He kind of takes another, well, I guess he pulls out a cigarette and starts smoking it. Yeah. Enjoy yourself, Commander, because I feel like that's one of the many key aspects of life. Enjoying it.
Well said, my friend.
Uh,
Well said.
for some reason, Persephone's ears kind of perk up a little bit, and she feels like something she would agree with just got said.
N7. Activate.
Launching N7 Protocol 3939. Make humanity proud, Commander Shepard.
Always. Always N7. As I go into my invisible stance
All right.
and walk.
That is fine. If you'd like, Gogarine, you also may move within like that rough area.
Okay.
Like behind, essentially behind.
Okay. He'll move like right here.
Good. All right. As the fight goes on, and they've sort of drawn their guns. They start kind of firing suppressive fire. Nine is blocking various bullet fire and redirecting it away from you guys, and Malfoy's sort of charging up some sort of energy from under his mantle. You see Chroma sort of start the fight. As he throws a sort of dagger up into the air, it sort of hovers in place like it's controlled by something, and it propels towards somebody. Let's see. It will fire at Malfoy. Now, Malfoy's charging something, so as this knife kind of flies towards him, it will interrupt his charge to enough of a degree that it'll delay it, which is fine. But it's sort of, he kind of deflects it with his arm, he bats it away with his mechanical arm, and he kind of shoots it out of the sky, and it kind of deflects and flies off the side of this railing here over on the right side. Roma sort of, appears here through a sort of like shadowy movement. He sort of slithers through the ground and draws a handgun and fires it at Gogarine. Gogarine, roll me a dex check to see if you can just react to stuff. That's plenty. So you may react in any way. At the start of your turn, you'll get your standard regen. That's all chill, and you're going to go next. So you may try to dodge this handgun blast, counterattack it. What would you want to do?
He'll try to counterattack it.
Okay.
With his own.
You duck this handgun blast as you kind of get low to the ground, and you fire off what ability?
He'll fire off his pulsar.
Overclocked or normal?
Hmm. And would it cost anything? Because I'm assuming we'll
It
still be
costs, I
activating.
believe, this. It costs the third resource equal to the resource cost or the AP cost or something. Let me double check. I think it's written down. So did I see? Yeah, it should be equal to AP cost.
Okay.
You would expend cyber toxicity equal to AP cost to overclock.
Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that then.
All right. You fire an overclocked pulsar into Chroma's shoulder. It sort of phases, it like hits, and you can tell like he has that sort of shadow malforming, but the attack is made of light. So you see that like even though it seems to reform, this sort of like, you know, full ass laser hole comes through him, and the shadows try to reattach, but there's like a little bit of a burn there. His like clothing doesn't reassemble. He's very clearly taken some damage despite looking like he's
Okay.
All right, that'll end his turn. It is your turn, Gogarine. Regen at the top.
Okay. He'll pop a cocktail craft.
All right, cocktail craft.
And he'll do more movement.
All right. So you buff your movement with cocktail craft, which will give you extra 33. Yeah. That
Okay.
combined with your base movement should be 57.
Interesting. Okay. He'll then attempt to go up to him and use the Jade Saber to slash at him.
All right, perfect.
Two-handed slash.
Form a two-handed Jade Saber slash. You kind of run up to him. Jade Saber. Has not gone down. You have 800 as 5x. You have 2 slashes before it runs out of energy and requires a kill to regenerate. Alright. That is just like that, and then look. 800 times 5, 200, 1,000. Kind of obvious math, and I don't know why I did. Alright, you slash through him with the Jade Saber. See that he doesn't regenerate from it. His blood splatters across onto the ground. Sort of fears this weapon more than he was expecting. He didn't know you had it. But you can tell there's like a tinge of fear from behind his mask. He seems in a more readied stance. than prior.
Okay. And then I'll take a few steps back. It's like,
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah. And I'll end my turn.
All right. No problemo. It is now Titanus' turn. Titanus, recognizing Tomisk, he kind of moves over a little bit. And you see he pulls out this large sort of railgun, kind of unfolds it. Initially it's kind of small and it has like sort of space age technology that kind of expands the barrel for 2 knocks. It's like, and then he lock and loads it towards Tomisk's location. George charges it up, ready to fire it. Shepard, roll me dexterity to see if you may react to this attack. So just D100 plus your dex. If it is above the DC check, you're able to react to it. You may not, which is fine. You will fire this railgun shot towards you. For 56 damage, he will fire into you. Your flat defense is 23.
Does he not have a shield on the M7?
He has his whole armor counts as a shield, so that has like 140.
Gotcha.
But if it gets destroyed, he can't use suit moves. But you'll take 30 essentially after flat defense, or 33
Okay.
to your shield, which will put you to 107.
Yep.
He will then decide on another target. Can only shoot. He's actually unable to shoot past his cannon. So, let me double check. He could even shoot with this. He can only shoot you, then he'll attempt it again. You get to roll if you can react again. It is a legal target to shoot 9. Wouldn't shoot salsa, it doesn't make sense. So you'll roll a d2. You'll shoot at 9. I'm gonna roll the same reactive check. Pass it, and will deflect the blast, dealing some damage back to him with a counterattack of a blade, like a glass blade, kind of condensing out of nothing and slashing at his armor. He kind of ducks back, taking a solid wound. And his turn will end. It is your turn, Shepard. Make sure to regen up top of your turn.
Ugh. Titanus. Didn't think you saw me there. I should expect nothing less.
My eyes haven't gone bad.
Can I scan him?
Yeah. And I'm add the scan check to your dex. All right, quite good. You scan him. The integrity on his armor is better than in the past. It does look like it's reinforcing the bad leg a bit more. You do see like there's some sort of device hook to it that allows him to move quite well. Though he has still shown that he doesn't prefer to move much in general. But it does feel like a pain point. Like if you were to knock him over and break it, the device that is, he potentially wouldn't be able to get up. He'd be stuck prone. He could fire while prone. He would just have bad accuracy.
Well, Titanus,
Download complete. Commander Shepard.
it was nice knowing you. I go into... Hold on. Actually, I don't know. Actually... Because I have a lot of agility. That's 25. Movement is 40. So I can. Oh, okay. Cool. I go right here with my tail spear, Kami no Wana.
All right, yeah. Kami no Wana, tail spear, flies
So yeah.
back your
Oh,
armor over at him. Yep.
I will then. Oh yeah. I'm gonna use Adrenaline Rush.
Are you doing Kami no Wana into Adrenaline Rush? Or are you doing Adrenaline Rush
Oh,
first?
I'm like I was just saying I'm in that mode.
Yeah. Sorry. No, all good.
My bad.
No, you're fine. So yeah, Adrenaline Rush, you use Adrenaline Rush, which doubles your basic damage and bonuses your spell damage by 50%.
And then I'm going to use Envenom.
Alright. Hit him with an Envenoming's tail spike as you sort of do that. Flip a coin, heads, tails. You can do a D2. One is heads, two is tails.
Let's see, slash RD2.
Yep. Slash R space D2. Alright, tails. So tails, your spear procs an effect if they heal. So if he heals, it'll like unheal him. Part of it. As part of the debuff. Calls like anti-heal toxin. Alright. So you stab him with the spear, the envenoming tail spike. He you're what am I
And
don't know why this has. Let me roll this. Why I made the calc that. Let's do it. Just do. Okay. Okay. And then enemy endurance check. Flat. So he has an enemy 5. 110. He'll take that every turn. Could be worse or better on turns, but it does that much as dot damage.
Alright, then I will do 2 one-handed attacks on the weak spot on his legs.
Okay. All right, 2 one-handed attacks at weak point. Roll me 2 dex checks, just for the precision. If you fail the dex checks, you just get normal hits.
Okay.
His agi is bad, so these are pretty easy. That's pass. That's super pass. Okay, you land both of these square on him, sort of thrust tail spike into his knee, or his chin. You kind of notice that he's realized that you're going for his weak point. He's sort of trying to kind of back away, but you see he's kind of lost footing as his evasion's not quite there, and you dig your tail spike into it a couple times. He will take a little bit of bonus damage. 57 twice. And then the mechanism will snap. He's still standing currently. You'd have to shove him over, but it is inoperable. The device on his leg takes an additional burst of damage. The device stopped working.
Okay. And then I'll take one step back and so that uses all my movements.
Okay.
And then yeah. Yeah, all my movement. And then I will just hold on. Oh, what's my dodge chance? 30. Cool. Yeah, I have enough to dodge. All right, yeah. Can I tell Salsa to merge with me? Or no?
That's fine. Yeah. Also, will merge with you.
Okay, cool. And in my turn.
All right. End your turn. Black construct soldiers. The left one takes turn first. He will attack Gogarine. He has 2 guns, so just double check if he shoots. He does. He shoots the net gun on Gogarine. Do you have a reaction? You see him like readying this like kind of cannon nozzle, and it's gonna fire a net that's electrically charged. Primary intent is to disable you in some way.
I only have AP for dodging. Well, I guess I have a counter. Okay. Maybe
It's up to you whether you
yeah.
want to save it for Chroma or if you want to just use it to dodge the net. It's up to you.
I guess whatever I do, I won't have any AP for whatever Chroma would do.
Yeah, that's why you kind of have to you either take the net or you dodge the net and you like take whatever Chroma throws.
Yeah. Um. So it's like an actual net that's.
Yeah, it's a net gun. So he's shooting a thing that's like has these 6 spheres, and he's gonna fire it and it's gonna spread open and the electric net is gonna wrap around you with magnets.
Oh, okay. He'll dodge.
Okay. You dodge out of the way, avoiding the electronet as it kind of flies over atop the railing and falls off. And the soldier is sort of, he's pissed. He sort of readies to like reload the gun in his interim, while the other soldier attempts to push Shepard off of the ledge, tackles you.
Oh.
Do you have a reaction to try to stop him from trying to shove you off this ledge?
Yeah, I guess I can dodge.
Right. Yeah, if you dodge out of the way, he will come careening off the ledge. But what you've noticed is every single time one of these guys dies, a new one just kind of gets summoned out of the cannon. So, it's quite interesting. But yeah, he literally suicide attempted you. Just like bum rushed you, and then you sort of ducked underneath him and you sort of tabletopped him over the ledge and he just fell to his death.
Atandis, come on. Even the cadets were better than this.
That is true, but these things are robots. Can't teach a circuit board how to not throw himself off of a cliff, I suppose.
Yeah? Well, what I would say, if I stayed the same, is what you taught me. But it's okay. Because this form of bigotry will end with you dying.
I'll see about that. Chroma sort of.
And
Yeah, go ahead.
I give Salsa a little kiss. Give Salsa the Salsa armor a little kiss.
There. Chrome will warp over here next to Gogarine through the shadows yet again. He will attempt to stab you with a knife. You have enough to like block or anything, or are you out?
I'm out.
Right, no problem. Hi. He rolled 44. Current flat defense being 30. You'll take 14 after flat defense.
Okay.
He'll then roll a d2, see another check. He will do another knife stab. 54 after your defense, that's 24. So combined, like 38. And that will end his turn. Hit region and start your turn. You do feel a little woozy. I will let you know. From these knife stabs, something might be laced.
Do you think the nano machines could help with that?
They very much can. That's good to think of. If you expend cyber toxicity for the nano machines, you can cleanse it.
Let's do it.
Right. Spend 20. You notice the wooziness in your bloodstream, and you amplify the nano machines as they clean up the toxins in your blood. It removes all the paralytic from your bloodstream. Kind of stare into Chroma's eyes, and he recognizes that all of a sudden you're unaffected by the poison venom.
I had a question about the cannon. Is the green part a part of the cannon?
The green part is the terminals where you enter the keys in. You
Okay,
get
where
forbidden
you put the
Chroma and
keys.
Titanus.
Okay, got
You
it.
essentially have to defend them. And if one of the infinitely spawning soldiers walks on top of that cell, they basically stop the cannon from firing. You have to defend it for 2 turns after you insert the keys.
Okay. I'm assuming my movement went up or it's gone because of the top of the turn.
Probably, but let me double check that Cocktail Craft doesn't say anything. Yeah, it's gone.
Okay. Okay. I'll enable Cyber Eye.
Alright, Cyber Eye is enabled. Pinpoint. Answer the vulnerabilities. Create one if it's not already there. And you're doing this on allegedly the assassin Roma as well. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you'll activate it. Get 3 vulnerabilities, auto crits on him.
And then I will do another cocktail craft. This time we'll do more damage.
Alright.
Okay, and then I will wanted to see if I could with Mix Master, could I enhance the pulsar pistol, or I guess the next shot that'll come out of the pistol.
Yeah, you could on paper like place something within the pulsar cannon that's made of fuel or other substances you have on you that cause it to
Okay.
change properties.
Okay. Because I'm wondering if I know, or at least I can assess so far that Chroma seems like he's weak to maybe the laser or the light in general. I don't know for sure, but
Laser.
it seems like it
Oh
from
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
last time I got
Light, any
hit.
light-based damage. Yep. He's made of shadow, or like his body is cloaked in shadow.
Okay. So yeah, well, I guess I mean if essentially what I'm doing is just enhancing the damage, I mean, I guess Cocktail Craft already pretty much does that.
Yeah, it would just be the only reason you would do it on paper is because you want to spend cyber toxicity to like give it an additional effect, I think. Like if you wanted to
Yeah.
put poison in it in some way or try to make him drunk in some way. Though he is an assassin, so it's hard to be sure how much he'd be affected by status ailments.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, so instead of that, he'll just take a step back and then blast another shot, or just shoot the pulsar pistol at him.
Overclocked or normal?
We'll do overclock.
There we go. Another shot through him. He's not seeming to feel very good, as you feel like something is odd with him. After you shoot him, like he's prepping some sort of attack now that he wasn't prepping before.
Okay. Um. Hmm. Interesting. Let's see how this plays out. I'll end my turn.
Oh, all right. Titanus. Given he cannot move as he should, I will roll the movement oriented techniques. I have to roll to see if he falls. Does. Titanus readies, the systems. He has like these jet skates in his legs. He activates them. He knows the servo is damaged on his leg, but as he sort of jets backwards from it, the servo locks up in a way that he, like didn't expect. It was harsher than normal. You must have damaged some additional components when you tail thrusted into it. And so he kind of careens back into this ledge, not quite where he wanted to be. He wanted to be in the sky. And he still pulls out. He's from a sitting position. He kind of pulls out his gun and points it at you and fires off 2 shots. Do you have a reaction, Shepard?
No.
Problem. Boom. He'll fire off this shot. Then the next. rolled bad on that second one. He will shoot for 54 and then 20. Your flat defense will make that a total damage of like 31. Your shield.
Yeah, 76.
He'll attempt to see if he can do any other actions, but he really doesn't have much he can do. In fact, he can't shoot Goga through the cannon. He can only point it. He'll attempt to repair the servo motor on his leg. So he'll quickly like pull out, you know, a little drone that he throws into the sky. It's a sphere that floats, and it sort of starts shooting like a little laser while he still has his gun trained on you. He hasn't looked away from you, but it starts trying to repair the servo on his leg, and it ends his turn. It's your turn.
All right. Let's see. That's 25. Hold on. Okay. So from right here. Let me regen actually. So from right here. I hit him with the old combo.
Oh yeah.
And I hit him with the flat cannon first.
Flat.
That's gonna do 48. And then hold on. I'll go ahead and give the extra 5 AP too.
All right. That's the equipment effect. Might be an additional range check.
80, 50. Then I will switch over to the W8 sniper.
Okay.
That's gonna do 138.
Right.
And then hit him up with Rhonda. And then I'll do my roll for third. And I'm third. Hit the third one.
All right. And that's 3 hits for how much again?
That is 3 for 48.
48.
Mm-hmm. Plus the bonus damage.
A huge chunk. Boom. There you go. Sort of lay fire into him. Sort of walk back. Boom. Flat cannon. Hit the overcharge on the flat cannon. Drop the gun. Kick out your sniper. Blast him through the shoulder. Pull out Rhonda. Fire suppressive fire into him as he's sort of using his magnetic shield to catch some of the bullets. You see it's accruing some amount of damage, but he can't seem to fire it while he has this drone to his left. So his magnet shielding doesn't burst while this drone's here because he's gonna blow his own drone up if he does.
Right. Now with my okay, actually, I'm gonna then Kamino on a tail spear. Tail spear. I'm gonna put a round of disruptor ammo in there.
Place a disruptor round in there. Fire it off into him. The damage is what again?
It is 92.
Boom. Take the 92. The disruptor ammo will disrupt his ability to use magnetic armor and will break the drone. that was repairing the servo on its leg.
Let's see. Oh wait, to have simulated allows you to predict different. Oh hey, so since I downloaded Titanus,
Yeah.
how much rune or how much third resource fuel can I do to run the simulation of what he's gonna do to me?
Let me double check. This is a part of the download simulate. The tier 2 effect. Okay. The you run simulation for 30 fuel.
Okay.
I'll tell you everything he's gonna do. You run the simulation and you see Titanus jump off the ledging and activate like something from underneath his cloak. He like rips the cloak off, and a salvo of missiles hit this entire platform. That's what your simulation says.
Okay. So I use all my movement. Get right here. Warn everybody, hey, Titanus is about to. Hold on. Watch out, guys. Titanus is about to blow this whole platform to smithereens. And that is my turn.
All right. Black Construct soldiers now having a couple targets here. They will shoot at Shepard. They see him, muttering something into his comms that they can't understand, of course. And they open fire on you. Do you have block, etc., etc.? I just asked, so I just roll the damage.
No.
No problem. They rolled 10, which isn't enough to go past your flat defense. You're fine. You'll roll the same shot, do 23, which I think is still like on the edge or not enough. Like it's literally not enough. Yeah, still not enough. So it will hit you for 0, but he just lays fire. You kind of get behind your shield. You kind of project it in front of you, and the bullets kind of glance off as fails to take his turn. This soldier, they don't have good movement. I don't know if he can only shoot at Goga. Line. So he will attempt to shoot at you. Goga, do you also have any reactions? If not, it's fine. He's just gonna do the same kind of spray you.
I think I was reading the AP cost wrong.
Oh yeah.
I was looking at total value instead of, because I mean dodge says total value for the AP cost, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think that's still right. Let me see. Yeah, its total value should be correct.
Okay, so is that for block, protect, and counter, or?
It costs 31 to dodge. It costs, well, it's technically costs a little more than that, but it costs similar to 31 to dodge. It costs 10 to block, 19 to protect, and counter is dependent on what your cost is. It's a die roll.
Oh, okay.
But it's pretty similar. Like counters is a dex check, I think. Yeah.
I see.
Roll an agi plus dex check against the enemy's initiative in battle. But the last couple times has been like mega ultra free, so you definitely had enough to pick.
Okay, well, I'll just tank the shots.
All right. No problem. Yeah, they shoot 28-20, which I believe is 0 for you both times. You'll also kind of duck behind cover. We'll say like, Shepard's shield. You both kind of tank it. It's just raining bullets towards you. Chroma will take the time to sort of try to get behind this sort of quote unquote shield. He'll attempt an attack on both of you. You recognize this as it has toxins in it. So you let Shepard know this is like a toxic, like knife spray essentially, as he's controlling these wireless knives, as they're called.
Well, I block.
Okay. So block. Goga, do you have something you want to do for the wireless knives?
Let me attempt to counter.
Okay. Roll Dex plus Agi.
Counters Dex plus Agi?
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Come on.
5. Yes, 40. It
I'm
would.
sorry, dodging.
That's fair.
Right. Countering.
Countering is good. Yeah. It would cost you 25 AP to counter him.
25.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And I'll see. Yeah, I'll counter with the pulsar pistol.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. You pulsar pistol.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You fire this pulsar pistol through shoulders as you kind of duck the knife. Tomisk. That is the wrong die. Roll one. You will do 55. You are blocking, so I think you take like 46. 9. Take 9 to your shields. Shepard. All right, and
Fuel levels are below 50%.
you'll attempt to hack Gogarine with another knife strike. This one is
So when you counter, you're using obviously the AP to counter, and then also the AP to do an attack, right?
yes, yeah. They add
Okay.
together. For example, use a basic attack, let's say one-handed. It would cost 15 plus whatever the number I say is the result of the formula. So in this case, it was 15 plus 25, which was 40. So I think you have 10 remaining.
Oh, I technically have 10. Okay.
So if you can block this if you want.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go ahead and just do that then.
Okay. It does not hurt you before blocking, so you don't have to spend the block. But you're gonna regen at the start. Rolled pretty, not bad, but wasn't a good enough attack.
Yeah.
All right. Regen top of your turn. It's your turn. Go green.
So yeah, I'm going to. Oh, this is going to be interesting. I'm going to activate Cyber Eye again in Cocktail Craft.
You don't have to activate Cyber Eye, it's still on him.
Okay.
It's a number of crits, so. So he has 2 crits still on him.
Okay. I see. Okay. Yeah, I'll do another Cocktail Craft. More damage. And we will attempt to shoot him again.
Yeah. You'll attempt to shoot him again, you said.
Yep.
Pulsar pistol overclock.
Yeah.
On his last legs.
Okay. And then I'll take the Jade Saber and stab it into him.
Alright, you'll rush forward, plunging the Jade Saber into his chest, sort of re-energizes the blade and kills him. He sort of places his hand on the grip of your blade that's attached to your arm, of course. So he kind of does it onto your wrist in a way. And he pulls this sort of book from his inner pocket. It sort of puts it in your hand as he sort of falls over. He's sort of sliced through by the Jade Saber and falls to the ground, sort of seeps into shadows once more. And you receive not only his key, which he didn't hand to you, but appears where his body disappeared from. But you obtain Chroma's diary, which won't really come up, or journal, I guess. Right. Yeah, that drops. If we ever come back to this narrative, but got stories of his life and being trained by Rory and what have you. Might explain some things about the obsidian stone.
Interesting. Okay.
All right. Anything else you would like to do with your turn? The Jade Saber is, of course, reinvigorated. You do know, yeah, like Shepard told you that he's going to like blanket a salvo of missiles on this platform. Titanus, that is.
Okay. Let me see. Can I guess 2 more things. Could I pop another cocktail craft and I guess hand it to Shepard?
Sure. Toss over a cocktail craft over Shepard.
And then we're going to kind of book it from this platform. Maybe I think I should have enough movement to head back to where everyone else is at.
Sure. Yeah. We can. They'll like move comedy. Yeah. You wanna back away toward?
Yeah.
Go for it. I don't know exactly how much movement you have, so you can move however much you want. That is sufficient.
Okay.
Roll. Go green. Roll me a strength check, actually.
Gotcha.
With your cybernetic arm, you're able to drag Shepard out of the platform as well. He's like still blocking the blanketed fire from the black construct unit, so you sort of put your hand on his shoulder and you drag him back with you as you sort of run off the platform as the missiles sort of fall down from Titanus's salvo. Explosions go off everywhere, like killing various black construct soldiers. But again, they reform, come out of the sides of the cannon. There's sort of like craters in the and cracks in the structure.
Thanks, Goga. How are you doing?
Don't mention it. We're almost done.
But yeah, there's sort of various cracks in the area. On these regions feels unsafe. Around the regions to make it obvious where it's unstable. That ended your turn before, right? Go when you dragged them back.
Yeah, although I do have a question about the cannon.
Yeah, no problem. So,
Would it be, I guess, is there any sort of panel or something that potentially Goga could hack into, or
no, they're purely physical keys because
physical?
you already disabled the network.
Hmm.
So they just use these like keys. I mean, the keys have like electronical like capability to it, but to decrypt it is like ridiculous. It's not like understandable. It's better to just use the device. But you have one of two of the keys currently. Titanus has the other one, and he sort of jumped off the side to fire the salvo and then jumped back on, which is his entire turn either way. It'll go to Tomisk. End your turn.
Okay, yeah, I'll just end it. Yeah.
Okay. Goes to Tomisk's turn. Uh, as Titanus kind of pulls himself up from the railing and sees that you have all like somehow seen through the sort of masterful plan. He sort of you know sort of gets upset. He's like, "Don't tell me. Finish that simulator." Sort of it's over at Shepard.
Yeah, it was actually thanks to a lot of alien friends that I made along the way here that I was able to finally get it to work.
Sure.
Let's see. Oh, actually, hold on. I'm gonna ask Gobobo to throw me over here.
Well, let's see here. So, we'll say you, instead of moving over there, you're here. Kobobo will walk forward. He'll pick you up and throw you over the cannon. You sort of flip midair, and you can land wherever you'd like. I got you, Captain. And he throws you over.
Uh, and, I do a flip, land masterfully. I get back into spear mode. I activate adrenaline rush. Then I do Strido style dynamite assassin technique.
Ah, yes. Rush forward, do Strido style. You roll if you can detect this. Roll me Agi plus plus 20.
Agi plus 20.
Yeah. To see if like you like ducking back because you're behind the cannon, getting thrown through the air into this attack would be considered stealth or not to give you a bonus. Yep, it is certainly a stealth attack. So you're yeeted over the cannon as you do this flip and you do this Strido style dynamite assassin. You sort of plunge the explosive knives into him. As it sort of disrupts his key flow, the silent explosives erupt within his body, dealing substantial damage. Go.
And then I end my turn.
Ooh. Trying to save all your AP. um, did you only just do Adrenaline Rush into Strido?
Yeah, only did adrenaline rush in the Strido.
He should be like pretty good on AP.
Strido's 75.
I am crazy, man. You're right. I'm a silly goose. Fixing up some from the Adrenaline Rush damage I didn't apply before. Okay. So, no problem. You end your turn. The Black Construct soldiers, newly reformed, point their guns at Gogarine and fire salvo towards both of you. What would you like to do?
Well, I'll just take mine. I'm gonna try to counter whatever Titanus has. So I'm gonna save my AP for a counter.
You'll do 15, which doesn't do anything to you. And then Gogarine, you'll also not do any damage. Soldiers really low rolling. Not that they do that much to begin with, but surprised. All right, Roma is dead. Gogarine, what are you doing?
Let's see here. Uh, He'll probably, he'll let Commander know if he needed any help or assistance. I don't know if he could do that. Well, I don't know if he could do anything while it's his turn if he's already.
Yeah, I think he's chilling.
Okay.
I'm just waiting on this guy to heal.
Okay.
Definitely only has
I
2
guess-
actions, and one of them does heal himself. He's either gonna attack Shepard and then get countered, or he's going to heal and then get hurt. But he has 2 things he can do. So like he basically could trigger both those actions. The only thing he could do to hurt Shepard is swing at him twice in a row instead of heal himself. That's just 50-50.
Okay. Yeah, he'll probably. Let me see. Go here.
You also have the key. You can insert the key into the terminal.
Okay, because I guess the other one he has, right? So
Yeah, he has the other key to be inserted.
okay. Well, I guess he's not really doing much. He could just do that now. So yeah, he'll go ahead and do that. He has enough AP to move.
All right, roll int. You have to like calibrate the cannon to shoot towards the exact spot on the black construct. So you're mostly just for aiming the cannon and knowing exactly where you're shooting the black construct ring through space.
Okay.
Oh.
Wow.
It was gonna happen. It was gonna happen here, baby. It's gonna take you an additional turn to recalibrate the aim, but you do insert the key into the slot. But
Okay.
it will expend additional AP, and you'll do the check again next turn. No, like
Okay.
big loss because you can't fire it without both anyway.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
But yeah, it is Titanus's turn. He will roll his funny D2 check to see if he
Tightness.
Yeah.
Just give me the key. Just give me the key.
Over
It'll
my
be all
dead
over.
body. He stabs a
Just give me the
syringe
key.
into his leg, and the venom counteracts it, and he starts coughing up blood. He's like, "You rat bastard, using dry Lechian poison on me. I won't stand for it." He detonates his suit, point blank range, and he's like, "You won't end me. None of you will." And he blows himself up, launching you backwards. The key, falls in front of you, but his body is blown off the side of this cliff. Unknown if he is dead or not, but he certainly does not have his suit, and he just set off a point blank explosion on himself.
Oh. Let's just say for the funsies.
Sleep mode activated.
Oh, my shields. Ugh. So that blast knocked me out. Well, it didn't knock me out, but knocked my shields out. Knocked me out of my armor. Am I still merged with Salsar or no?
Sure, we'll say he's like, the shields and the mech suit go down, but Salsa acts as sort of intermediary armor from the elements. Kind of his metallic biometal wrapped around your primary organs.
I go, I pick up the key, and then I come back. What are these guys doing?
They're being locked in place by Malfoy and 9 because you didn't call for them in the battle, so they can hold them in place.
Okay. Well then, what is it? Intelligence?
Yep. Roll intelligence. You can lock on the cannons and to the black construct. You're able to lock it on. As you sort of tabulating the lock on, other soldiers are flying in and trying to shoot at you guys, but the various gabobos and what have you, are dealing with the soldiers sort of creeping in from all over, making their way into the battlefield. Um, but they're doing their best to fend them off as we move our tail a little bit into the past. We are in the North Bridge across the Great Chasm on a bridge overlooking the Citadel station of this planetoid. As Persephone kind of walks down the west side of this bridge towards sort of evil paladin with a large clandestine, like polished mech behind him. He's sort of sitting within, its position as it has its cockpit like descended downward and its core lander. He's kind of sitting inside of it. He's staring from out of the cockpit.
Interesting. I'll look up towards the mech. And I will say, if you were expecting a fight, why didn't you stay down there?
Well, I don't consult those robo-brained freaks.
That makes sense. The whole technology robot stuff, I don't really get it either.
Even golems freak me out.
Honestly, as somebody who has to wield one, I actually agree. So, what's your name? Do I know this guy, like, just from looking at him?
He knew your father, so yeah. He goes by a lot of different names, but he threw his old name away as it's like a principle in palandry if you betray your country.
Oh, right. Okay, then I should say, what is your title?
I don't have a title anymore, but you can call me. He calls his mech like Sanctus Macmillan, so it's probably something pertaining to that. He would call himself like Sanctus Minimus, probably.
Okay. Well, I'll remember that. I will definitely remember that. So, I gotta ask. I got a gem here telling me, that you hold a piece of it.
Long forgotten what this gem is for.
Yeah, I bet you have. I haven't. Well, don't worry. I'll make sure nobody forgets what's about to happen here. What you represent is a stepping stone in the path towards me becoming the Devil Queen. And I am going to immediately activate Heritage of Octa.
All right. Activate the Heritage of Octa as sort of this blood rains from the sky and coagulates into a large mechanist form. Its bloody sinews sort of attaching to your limbs and creating a large mechanized construct around your body.
Let's see what that Sanctus of yours is all about. And I will allow him to make the first move.
I'll accept. He enters the mech and it stands up, donning a vile blade according to your plan.
Interesting.
The hectic runes imbued on this must have been imbued by like thousands of dwarves, as it's like a large blade. It's a two-handed blade on a mech, and it has like thousands of sigils imbued into it. But it's considered a vile blade because of the type of curses it inflicts when it swings. Primarily focusing on dealing like percentage damage.
Well, Sanctus, how did you get your hands on that?
Another thing I no longer remember.
I see.
I think I earned it in a battle.
Earned it in a battle. Okay. I see.
As he sort of recedes into the core lander of his of this mech, he places his like cane atop is the ruby fragment into like to create the sort of what's it called? Like the steering column of the mech.
Okay.
And it sort of charges up and little like fragments of that sort of red tinge appear within its normally like beautifully blue energy structure. You get little flickers of red dots in it. As it sort of powers on, he raises the blade into the sky and he says, "Start with a little light jab." And he sort of points the sword into the sky, and you hear like a sound from the blade, but it's only because the attack is coming from so far, it's traveling faster than sound. So it almost like eerily silent set of energy rays fly out from the sky at your mech.
I would attempt to use my wings to fly back.
You jettison backwards, your wings, the feathers almost displace and drift off, counteracting many of the light rays as they blow up into these beautiful, like almost blood blossoms, deflecting the laser blasts into like various directions across the planetoid.
Yeah, I would classify that as a light jab, I suppose. Interesting technique, though. Interesting. In response, I am going to do Octa Hex Fist and shoot a multi-hit of my own back. And I'm going to shoot my I'm just going to shoot mini punches out at him in response to that.
Yeah. These sort of sanguine fists fly out, projecting across the battlefield, scraping the bridge with the drops of blood. The blade-like appendages hitting his mech as he sort of parries them off here and there, but it's definitely slashing at the exoskeleton. And the pauldron on his mech actually takes sufficiently high amounts of damage. He sort of dislodges it. And you see like exposed like flesh kind of, because these mechs aren't like 100% mechanical. But it's pretty common that the golems that the paladins use tend to be on the side of like, more inorganic like clay, but underneath this one is much more of a fleshy texture than you're used to. So you must have really meant that golem comment.
Hmm. That is somehow more horrifying than what I wield.
He kind of cackles a bit, but it's hard to hear from through his system because it echoes across the battlefield. But it's quite far away, and he draws the blade with one arm, the arm that has the no longer has the shoulder pauldron, and he sort of swings it diagonally from right to left. The blade wave slicing across the bridge, destroying a large part of it. It sort of careens outward. It has a red and blue tinge to it.
Interesting.
Draw like the way the beam's supposed to fire, but essentially it's a sort of this type of slash.
Can I cut through this blade wave with my blood greatsword?
Yeah, you can just roll me strength. See how
Roll strength. That's a fun roll. Oh,
you can very likely deflect. Let me roll him stealth really quick. Super high. Yeah, you do narrowly.
holy shit! Let's go.
You narrowly bat away the blade wave. You know, not taking nothing, but sufficiently less than obviously taking the.
Okay. How much do I take for that?
20
20.
stamina.
Does that count flat defense?
It like that's after flat.
That's after flat. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Interesting. You know, I hate this kind of fight. This isn't fun at all. This isn't fun at all. How far away am I? I would like to, now that I've cut through the blade wave, I would like to, fly towards him and attempt to do a bleeding cutter.
Right, you cascade towards him, attempting a bleeding cutter. He will roll a quick agi just to see how far he can.
He's probably faster than me. I'm not fast at all. Yeah.
Rolled really well. He'll duck away narrowly, dodging it, and he'll kind of pull out a spell. He's not like whipping out a weapon or something, but he's pulling out his hand with a glyph imbued on it and attempts to freeze you in place with ice.
I would like to counter with a quick spell. A
All
quick
right.
play spell, if I can do that.
Counter with a quick play spell. Yep.
I would like to counter with a quick play spell and use 30 blood since I can go negative right now because I'm in the mech.
Yeah.
And I would like to do a counter hex.
Okay.
That makes it so that when like I'm gonna put my hand like right in front of where he's gonna shoot the spell, and I want to put a hex that states that any spell that he attempts to hit me with redirects into himself.
Okay. Roll wisdom. I think wisdom's the hex check, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah,
That is
roll
why I
wisdom.
chose a hex. Let's
Yeah,
go.
that pass. I mean, I don't roll for him. He can't beat that. His wiz is not that good. Yeah. You redirect the spell, and his legs on his mech start to chill over and freeze, keeping him from moving backwards.
Come on now, you should know better than to challenge a demon to a duel of magic.
Just reflex, you know.
Understandable. And as his legs are attempting to freeze over, also hold on, let me just for that play, I forgot to
Bump the style, yeah.
yeah, I meant to do it to B when I had cut through the thing and then pushed forward, but it doesn't matter because I just raised a day, so we're good. I am going to since he's stunned here, I am going to jump back a little bit and cast um Fallen Angel's Wings tier 4 at him.
Okay.
And that does a fuck ton of damage. So that does do 482 damage when I cast that. So.
Alright. It will take it because you cannot. It will unfreeze his legs, of course. It will take
Of course, yeah.
482 damages. His mech takes sufficient damage. He loses access to his spell arm as it sort of breaks away the fingers on it. He sort of pulls the blade and stabs it to the ground. A sort of energy ritualistic geyser appears underneath you, like the spell circle kind of forms, but it's not a spell. And then it's just an amalgam of his sigils that is on his blade being replicated in the ground. And a sort of construct of a blade will try to erupt from underneath you.
Interesting. Okay. Fine. I will so with Heritage of Octa, I'm assuming I can use the abilities of any of the other Wings of Lament
Yeah,
abilities before that.
correct.
I am going to use Black Wings of Ruin to teleport because it does give me the ability to do that. I am going to teleport behind him.
All right.
To dodge the sword from cutting me in half, which would suck really bad.
It would suck badly. Yeah, the geyser erupts from underneath the ground, taking out like a section of this bridge, and you teleport out of the way.
I teleport behind him, and he turns around and sees my giant mech wiping its brow. Wow, you know, that was hair. I'll give you credit where it's due. That could have killed me. All right. Well, time to show you a sword. I'm going to attempt to bleeding cutter him again.
All right. We'll attempt. Really, Agi still has his legs. Roll me strength.
Strength. Oh, that's a fun one to roll.
You're good.
Oh, thank God.
Technically
That means I can
possible
actually
for you
regen
to
some of my
fail,
health.
I guess.
Technically, yeah. All right, that means that I can actually regen some health here, which is good because I don't have regen while I'm in a mech form. So let me do this, and then let me get back that many. Hold on. I gotta get as much health back as I can because if I get hurt, it's like gonna hurt, and I can tell. So we're in a mech
It
battle.
would hurt, yeah.
It would hurt really bad because we're in a mech battle. All right. So let me raise my shit back up because regen's turned off. All right. So he gets hit by it.
He gets
Let's go.
slashed backwards, not enough to move him on here. He gets slashed across the chest section of his blade, or his mech, and he dons his blade and kind of wipes what's left of his offhand against the blade, kind of conjuring a lot of inner energy, sort of soulic energy in a sense. And he will just attempt to perform an extremely strong lateral cut, purely horizontal, like he's sending a crescent moon of a blade wave. and he says
Ooh.
like, Sector Strike, and he swipes it across,
Ooh.
sort of howls. Uh, it seems quite destructive.
Oh, I want to clash with it so bad. I want to clash with it so bad, but if I fail the strike check, it's gonna hurt really bad. Oh, I want to clash with it. Do I clash with it? She would clash with it. Can I attempt to um can I attempt to do a bleeding cutter that is either enhanced using the power of the ruby or enhanced using a hex? To clash with this?
Your Ruby enhance what? Say that again.
Can I do bleeding cutter and either enhance it with a ruby or enhance it with a hex to clash with this?
Ruby could. Hex no.
Okay. Then I would attempt to do a bleeding cutter using the power of the ruby somehow.
Alright, you activate the power of the Ruby. The Ruby actively hates this sword.
Okay.
So the Ruby normally doesn't do a lot. Like it allows the inheritance and it can boost your
Yes.
regen in some perilous scenarios. Like if you get really low health,
Yes.
even while you're in a mech, it'll start to heal you. But
Right.
in this particular scenario, it seems to dislike this blade. And it does
Yes.
enhance your bleeding cutter with this sort of sanguine reverberation. You feel almost like a howling within the sword itself as you sort of counteract his blade with yours against strike. So roll me strength.
Let's see if this
Plus
can jog your memory, you ignorant fool.
13
Come on.
plus versus.
Oh wait, you said
Oh.
I get an additional on that?
Yeah, I applied it. So we're at 113.
Okay.
That'll be fine. What is
Okay, 113.
so blind? Okay. Boing. Not enough. His Sanctus Blade Wave is unable to completely activate. As it sort of hits against yours, the ruby sort of activates, causes it to overpower and blow up. A large sort of geyser erupts into the sky, far into space, where satellites are. They sort of start lighting on fire and plummeting downward from plasma infused burning.
Do the others see this after their fight?
Yeah, they start to see this like after they put the key in. This is when this is like happening.
Whoa.
All right. Wow.
And you see a momentary opening here as the sort of like the arm that normally holds the sword. It seems to be like, it's like stripped a little bit. Like he's been swinging it too hard, and the armor start to like coming undone from where his wrist is. You know he can't move the sword quickly to like block something.
You said it's like really fleshy and like actually like kind of living beneath the armor, right?
Yeah, under the armor it has like actual biology. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's time to show this place the red rain of Gastia. I am going to upon realizing this, I am going to um do a full I'm going to empower a bleeding cutter with a hex as much as I can do. So would be 70 blood.
All right.
And it is going to it is a hex that claims that those hit by this blade uh oh, how evil do I want to be? Nah. You know what? I was thinking about maybe it's those hit with this blade like relive their past in reference to what happened to me. But I would rather it be a hex that states that those who are cut by this are cut absolutely, and it's like cut absolutely, but you cannot feel the pain of the blade.
Fair.
I don't want him to go in misery.
I see.
And I will bring it up. I will slash upwards through the center of his mech and completely break it, and also cutting him in the process.
All
Let
right.
the red rain of Gastia fly.
You slash at him with heavily infused attack, rupturing a large amount of all of his chest armor. Sort of opens up. It doesn't open up enough to that sees into the cockpit, but it definitely rips open its chest. You sort of like see what seems to be the heart of this mechanized thing that makes up the Sanctus Maximal. But it ceases to want to move, and then all of a sudden you see this like pulse, and you kind of hear something. You hear something from so far off. It almost seems like hard to tell if it's in your head or like, you know, like it's that like far.
Yeah.
And you hear the ruby reverberating with what this is, and the Sanctus's armor just like starts feeding into its body, sort of turning it inside out. And the remaining armor sort of becomes the bone structure, and this sort of like weird greenish sinew wraps around what was the armor, activating the Sanctus overclock. And all of a sudden you see this mech, and you note that the like he's stopped talking, right? So like he might be unconscious, but the mech finishes doing this, and then it's sort of like at just like a little below the speed of light, just starts warping around almost haphazardly. It like slashes here and there, and it sort of returns its original position. It screams, but again, the scream isn't, it looks like it's screaming, but it feels like it's from a really distant place. And the ruby does want to like fell the pain of this creature.
Yeah, that's why I chose to give it the compassionate slash rather than like full on attempting to murder it. Painfully at least.
The creature attempts to plunge the blade into its own chest. Would you like to, you know, try to stop it, or you want it to plunge the blade?
I'm going to attempt to stop it.
Okay.
With the last of the power of my mech, because I'm at negative 100 blood.
Yeah, fair enough.
Um,
So roll me a strength agi check.
Strength agi.
I'll see how long the old man can hold on here. He has like a pretty good endurance. Yeah, you rolled good. So he is able to hold on long enough that you can definitely like run over, sort of grab the blade and sort of wrestle it. Now this creature is deceptively strong, and it's like holding it pretty tightly, but as you sort of rip at it, its like fingers start to break off because it's sort of mummy in a way. So you rip the blade from it, and it sort of tries to reach for you, but then it clearly teleports way past you. Like it's really bad at understanding its frame of space. So it kind of passes over you, and then it turns around looking for you, but it's like literally halfway across the planet. So then it warps back to here. It's sort of, you know, it's like running out of energy as it's sort of scraping towards you, but it's kind of warping. But its warps are getting less far. You know, it's only going like, you know, 500 meters, then 200 meters, 50 meters. And eventually it sort of lays down, situating here. And it sort of tries to call forth this like weird red like sphere. And it sort of echoes the sound that you're hearing from super far away. you sort of start to recognize like little fragments of the words. Before, the words are maybe like so distorted that there's no way to get a semblance of measure from it. But now you almost see lettering from within this orb that it's holding over its head. And it says, "I am not lost" in it. And then like it ruptures in this sort of bloody fountain, sort of coats the creature as it sort of falls down. It rests its hands against the ground, and it re-mummifies again. You see like the armor plates sort of come out, and it sort of becomes a little bit loose, and it sort of plops down, and the man kind of slimingly like kind of slips out of the body. He's bleeding pretty profusely, but the old man seems to be somewhat conscious.
As this happens immediately afterwards, my mech will disappear, and I will like hold myself together as I like start kind of crashing because I have no blood. But I will use my wings to make it to the guy, and make sure he's all right before entering the cockpit of the mech and taking the piece of the ruby.
No problem. Yeah, you take the piece of the ruby and like kind of see for a moment in the man's eyes as he kind of looks towards you. It's clearly like he's like, you know, they're like the eyes are so hollow almost. It seems like he's blind. But he kind of reaches his hand up and he says something like clearly past the memory that he couldn't remember. He starts to say things like, Okta, I tried to keep it safe. And he kind of like, his hand falls to his side and he kind of goes unconscious.
Yeah. Well, can't imagine what kind of deal that was, but I unfortunately didn't detect evil from you, so can't let you die yet. God damn it. I pick him up and like lift him over my shoulder. I will find a way. I will find a way. I will lift him over my shoulder, and I am going to like slowly. We'll say that the you know, when the blood bubble burst, that blood started raining down everywhere for dramatic effect. The red rain of Gastia and whatnot. As I like slowly try to descend, like barely able to keep myself steady in the air with my wings as I fly down here, seeing what everybody else is up to with the cannon.
As you sort of get there, they're just completing the firing of the cannon. So they do in fact sort of like they've been batting off people. You're seeing like people fly off the here and there and people kind of coming out of the cannon, but like 9 is encasing them in glass and Metal 4 is like consuming them one after another, but is clearly his arm doesn't enjoy the like metallic taste, sort of spits out heaps of metal across the battlefield. And you hear the like doot 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 of the countdown, and Goga, you know, calls for everybody to take cover as everybody kind of like, you know, just goes down a little bit, and this huge sonic boom of a cannon goes off, and I'd like you all to roll endurance just because of the loudness. Just curious what happens.
Fireworks.
Hanabi.
Ooh. Willpower taking? Let's go.
Goga and Shepard, roll me endurance.
Do I take off the 20 from
No,
my
you can keep
endurance? Because I can keep it, okay.
Yeah, we took that. We got that as we entered this area. So
Yeah. It was for
the
this.
same. Yeah.
I pretty good. And Shepard, you got me. Oh, you already rolled it. I'm blind. Sick. You all do this, and like Goga, his ears like sort of hurts as he kind of falls over a little bit, but or like a one knee type deal, and the Gauss cannon fires out in this sort of translucent bluish greenish wave flies out, and obviously the black construct is super far from here, but on like a sort of visor, like on the cannon's projected where it's gonna land, it has like a digital reconstruction of what it's doing, and it's ripping through space, and the black construct's top left of the ring ruptures, and this sort of black explosion ripples across the universe as you guys kind of feel the reverberations. Feels like, like a category 10 earthquake everywhere in the top like right or top left of the solar system that it's in, which you guys are next to. You all like feel like quite a heavy shaking on this planet, and you obviously succeeded. And like a little like cry from within the ruby, you can hear like little bit of words. It sounds like your father's voice from like outside of the universe, somewhere outside of the universe. Octa's voice kind of reverberates within the ruby.
Yeah.
Uh,
As that happens, I will I'm actually going to attempt with, the strength that I do have to I still have my wings out, so I'm going to try to make it over to Goga and make sure that he's fine after getting demolished by the cannon.
yeah, he's been like, you know, braced on one knee. His like eardrums barely work. They're ringing super, super loud. And as he's sort of the vertigo of it is almost like gonna make him fall over, you kind of catch his hand and pull him up and like recenter his gravity. And he's able to make it back onto his feet.
So much energy. As that happens, I'll like take note of the ruby like shining and hearing it, and I'll just look at it. I'll just look at it and kind of look back at Goga. And I'm gonna be like, "Your ears work yet? You good?"
It'll do for now.
That's good.
Status report. Everyone okay?
Uh,
Verbraid is great.
I've
Jumps
been
off.
better. He jumps off.
He
Oh,
jumps
right,
off
because
the
he
ledge.
comes back. Right, yeah.
All right, guys.
Uh,
Let's get out of here.
Holy shit.
Let's all
Uh,
get some eat and sleep. Gabobo kind of walks off to the south.
We're
I'm just gonna scan this cannon here.
we're gonna have to do something about this guy. You guys are drawing attention to the guy resting on my shoulder currently. Oh, what a check. What a roll.
Yeah. You scan the cannon, find out the remnants of research or Gauss type weapon.
Yeah, true. Real during the time skip.
During
I'm gonna look over at 9. And I'm going to say, hey,
hey, how's it going?
this whole ordeal for me, wasn't necessarily about revenge. It was more about surpassing. But if you guys want Octa's gem back, I'm afraid I can't do that.
That's fine. We don't. It's in the right place at the end of the day. I mean, the Black Construct is a big enough win for us.
I'd hope so. Okay. I'd ask about the whole Assassin's Core thing and all that, but that's I don't even know how I'm still walking right now, so I'm gonna make do with this while I can.
Fair enough.
Let's head back to the ship, I guess.
All right.
Job well done, guys. Job well done.
Job well done. As our heroes make their way back to the ship, keeping each other upright, get in the core lander, fly up into the ship as it sort of booms off into a gate somewhere across the universe as we end our campaign.
Yeah. And next time the setting's ever used, me and Gogo will have a successful bar on Gastia.
Go true.
Yeah.
Our life.
Yeah.
That works even if for some reason they're different main characters because they meet them and they're like, hey,
Exactly.
these guys have a good bar.
Exactly.
All right, well, take care, everybody who watched all the episodes. I
Yeah.
love you all. Good job. Watch more. I'm never
Watch
had
more.
enough. Consume everything.
Consumerism.
Yes.
We love that. We don't hate it at all. Just consume. Don't think about it.
Don't
Just
think
do
at
it.
all.
Don't think critically.
Don't do
Don't
any of that.
think. Just
Subscribe,
eat
like,
this lot.
comment.
Subscribe, like, comment. There's some other things I think they've added, like that thing you can only do on mobile. Do all that. Hype the video, whatever.
And watch Realms of Chaos, White Lotus, and anything that comes after, or you explode into a million billion.
We'll be
pieces.
working on some stuff. We'll have another session. It'll be after Realms and that in May.
Yeah.
So if there's ever a huge gap
Yes.
and somebody's like, dude, why is there no more sessions? It's because of that. It's not in May, sorry, June, mid-June. So
yeah, in theory, in the meantime, as long as life does not get in the way, we will have some edited stuff from like Bleach and shit.
yeah, we'll have some sick
The
ass
classics.
clips. Yep, the classics.
Classics.
All right, so long.
Goodbye.